you going to do about it? I'll suck his dick if you have an attitude, and I can do it today.
In this video, we're going to be revealing how Sadia, one of the most popular dating coaches on the internet, got massively exposed. Some of the shit you're not going to believe. If you've already seen the Happen and Preach video, don't worry, there's going to be some new things revealed that you're not going to want to miss. So in case you're not familiar with Sadia, here's the 20-second crash course. She's a very popular dating content creator slash influencer, gives pretty generic advice to both men and women, talks a lot about being a high value man, a high value woman, which ironically is going to turn out that she's the exact opposite of what. But anyway, the kind of generic shit you've heard probably a million times in the past. So actually, as it turns out, I have a little bit of history with her, right? So about a year and a half, I emailed her to get her to come on a podcast because there's people in the comments requesting it. And she gave me a very unusual reply. She said, "Hi, Alex. Do you have a budget for your podcast? As there's a fee attached, Sadia can guarantee an increase in views for up to 20 times its usual." Right, which is kind of a bold claim in of itself. Like, it's kind of crazy. Like, you guarantee that my views are going to be 20 times the usual. Well, what if I'm demonetized? How's that going to pay off? But anyway, it doesn't really matter, right? So as a matter of principle, don't pay for guest appearances. Never have, never will. Not even if it's like $5. But I was curious to see how much she charges. So I asked her that, what's the price? And she said it's 5,000 British pounds, which is equivalent of like $7,000 USD, which is insane. An insane amount of time to pay for like an hour and a half of her time. Like, just absolutely crazy. You know, paid collabs are very uncommon in dating niche. I've never had anyone in this niche, you know, dating and self-improvement that ever asked for, you know, kind of like a fee to do a collab. Either they want to do it or they don't want to do it. And sometimes rappers do this kind of shit, but it's very uncommon in our niche. And also, it's just weird and bizarre to me. It's like, hey, if you don't see enough value in collabing with me, then just say no or don't respond, right? But like, are you like starving for money or something like that? You really need money that bad? Like, I typically just do value trades with people. Even when I collab with people who have like 100 subscribers, I never ask them for a penny. But anyway, so that was basically the extent of our communication, right? And so I took a look at her website, and yeah, the price gouging continues. So for her high value program, she charges 9,000 British pounds, which is about over $12,000 USD. That is insane. That is like literally the amount of money someone can make in 3 months. 3 months salary right there. And so yeah, like kind of price gouging, but I guess it's her prerogative to charge whatever the fuck she wants, but that's not where the controversy even begins. It all began with this content creator called Goob2. He does a lot of like influencer exposés and stuff like that. He did one on Sadia, which in my opinion was very mild. He just basically pointed out how she's using waist filters to hide her body or whatever, right? And here's basically a small part of that video that he made.
If you look at this photo of just her full body, you see there's a waist filter here and it's not attached to the shadow. Big miss there.
That is pretty funny. And look, in my opinion, this is absolutely not a big deal. Like, this is something a lot of chicks do. They use filters and all that. Who gives a crap? Well, you know who gave a crap? Sadia. Because she absolutely fucking lost her mind. Take a look at what happened next.
But when I called her out, she lost her goddamn mind. Now it's been about 48 hours, and she has spent the last 2 days accusing my followers of being animal porn addicts, being cheaters.
That is like weirdly, oddly specific to call someone a animal porn addict.
Being prostitutes and everything in between. But today she started a new trend. These are videos that my followers sent me. This person left a comment on her page, and she tried to call them via audio 4 or 5 times. And then when they wouldn't pick up, she left the threatening message that you'll see scroll by here: "Pick up, bitch, or I'm gonna post your address online."
This is the woman who wants $6,000 for like an hour of her time, and she's just spending all day just randomly calling people. And these are not people she's even beefing with. This is just a random people who left a comment that she didn't like.
And here's another one from another one of my following. Pick up, don't be scared. Don't be scared, pick up. Calling over and over and over and over again. More threats. This is
just straight up unhinged. And the kicker is, she gives herself psychology advice, right? She says she studied psychology and she gives mental wellness, you know, advice and that type of thing. Seems like extremely like she's got 25 million screws loose. And so after this, I did a little bit more research and found some very similar things as well online. So here's a conversation she had with someone who just literally replied to her story. And basically what this chick was saying is that she thinks that Sadia charges a little bit too much money. Now, if someone sent that to me, I would either direct them to my free resource, or I would say, all right, no worries, or I would just not respond, right? That's what I think a normal person would do. Well, Sadia did something a little different. So she said, because you're brokey and entitled, so I asked somebody who gives endless free advice and is incredibly popular online to lower my prices so broke people like you yourself can endlessly book me and I have no time off. You're a broke tramp, go stick to somebody on your level. Ugh, can you just feel the fucking entitledness, right? Like, she just thinks like her shit doesn't stink, basically. Entitled, ungrateful, and broke. Stop talking things for free, then expecting more discount, you absolute tramp. Again, this is just a girl who just literally replied to one of her stories just saying she thinks Sadia charges too much in a polite way. So the girl responds with, you don't speak like you do on your videos. There's no need to be angry or disrespectful. I never said it should be free, but I felt 550 pounds, like $700 for an hour session is too much. But again, it's your life, your profession. I just shared an opinion. It wasn't just about you, but mental health in general. Health issues don't care about whether you're rich or broke. Very true. And verbally abusing like this isn't an appointment for, or isn't good for a psychologist, Sadia, right? Pretty fucking reasonable response. So I'm sure Sadia, calmed down a little bit and responded with something reasonable back. Well, no. It's too much for you because you're a cheap, entitled tramp. It's not a progression that is for free, especially when I'm viral on the internet, so I should be a charity case for people like you. Yeah, you should help people who watch your shit, sure. Get out of here. You do nothing for free for others, and because you're cheap, you want high quality for cheap. So doctors should be cheap for tramps like you. Well, yes, I do think doctors should be affordable for everyone, if not free, but that's a discussion for another hand. So as you can see here, she's just completely flipping the fuck out. And here's one more. So this is an email she sent to someone who she was beefing with online, another content creator, and the subject is, your family hates you. Before you talk about others, please remember your partner doesn't want the baby you're carrying. And every single member of his family hates you and wants nothing to do with you, yet give you a divorce. Highly qualified my ass. I'll be exposing every single thing, you dumb bitch. Kind regards. So yeah, this is a very, very nasty woman, but it gets even better.
What are you going to do about it? I'll suck his dick if you have an attitude, and I can do it today.
All right, for anyone who's listening to this podcast now, let me just give the backstory. So basically, Sadia was having an affair with a guy who was engaged, and the guy's fiance basically found out, and the fiance confronts Sadia. And Sadia does the respectable thing by telling her that she can suck his dick whenever she wants.
Go on.
And I can do it on your wedding day and your birthday.
Okay, well,
and
we'll
the day
see.
after.
Okay.
I've been in situations where he's been with you in a social setting. He'll call me after.
Very high value woman behavior, if I might add.
The biggest scandal that Sadia Khan doesn't want you to know about her. She preaches on her page and on her content that she's a high value woman. She can teach you how to attract.
Let me fast forward a little bit because this part is actually not that interesting.
The third step towards becoming a high value woman, and this is genuinely so important, it's self-awareness. Now,
oh, hell no.
So basically, in case you can't see this, she's talking about how she's such a sick side chick. And the guy kind of calls her out. He's like, we can't have a normal con without you talking about hoes, relationships, marriage, cheating, murder, heel man. Obviously, he's kidding, right? But beneath every joke, there's kind of an element of truth. But yeah, so the high value woman, right? The woman who teaches self-respect and understanding her own value is proudly a sick side chick. Overall, what do I think about Sadia? Well, I think the facts speak to themselves. She's a fraud and a hypocrite. Now look, I'm not one of those people who's going to say there's no such thing as like a solid female dating coach. I think Kezia Noble is really legit. I'm sure there's some other ones I'm not familiar with, but just something about her always just turned me off, right? Obviously her wanting $5,000 for a podcast appearance is absolutely ridiculous and shows just kind of how money hungry she is, how she's always talking about money and how she's going off on people who are suggesting that she charge a little bit less. Just very unhealthy behavior for someone who's a psychologist or talks about psychology. And also you can see she's a massive hypocrite, talks about being a high value woman, but at the same time behaves very trashy and just randomly calling people out of the blue, just very unhealthy behavior. And then also basically telling this woman who got cheated on that she can suck her husband's dick whenever she wants. Just really weird, trashy, low value woman behavior from someone who claims to be the opposite. All right, hope you guys found this video valuable. And if you want some really good, solid dating advice that's not going to cost you a penny, check out my free Tinder guide before I start charging $7,000 for it. So get in on that fast. It's going to show you how to get really good photos that make you stand out and get more matches, how to write the kind of bio that's going to really hook girls and catch their attention, and text games so you take all the girls you're going to match with and turn them into dates, and a lot more. Check it out. It's 100% free. Link in description. Thank you guys. Till next time.